I saw this girl in my dorm hallway act like I was trying to steal her boyfriend just because I wasn't wearing a bra, so I got him banned from the building. I live in a college dorm, and our whole floor is all girls. Normally, yeah, I wear a bra when I'm going out or going to class. But if I'm walking 10 feet to fill my water bottle or use the bathroom, I'm not putting one on. Nobody does that. People walk around in pajamas, towels, random oversized shirts they've slept in for 2 days. It's normal. The hall isn't a runway. It's literally a carpeted rectangle that always smells faintly like microwave popcorn and someone's shampoo. A few nights ago, I went out to the water fountain wearing a white tank top. Not see-through, not tight, nothing wild. If someone really wanted to stare, maybe they'd see an outline, but that was on them. I filled my bottle, waited for the stupid, slow stream of water that always sputters halfway through, and walked back. Maybe 2 minutes total. There was a small group talking in the hallway, 3 girls and a guy. I recognized the girl from orientation and figured the guy was her boyfriend. I didn't think twice about it. About 30 minutes later, someone knocked on my door. It was her. She had that weird, polite, but not really smile people use when they're about to say something judgmental. She told me her boyfriend was staring, and it made her uncomfortable, so could I maybe put a bra on next time I went into the hallway? I apologized because I hate confrontation, but in my head I kept wondering why I was suddenly responsible for her boyfriend's eyeballs. Whatever, I wasn't trying to start anything. I really thought that was the end of the whole thing. It wasn't even close. The next morning, my roommate came back from the bathroom and shut the door like she needed to debrief me. She said she overheard the same girl telling her friends that I'd been basically half naked, posing at the water fountain, taking my sweet time, like I was intentionally performing for her boyfriend. My roommate said the girl even acted it out, leaning back and pushing her chest out while her friends laughed. She said she almost recorded it because it was so ridiculous. I stood there thinking about how I was literally just staring at the slowest water fountain on earth, waiting for the bottle to fill, not seducing anybody. I didn't even know the boyfriend existed until she knocked on my door. That night, I went to brush my teeth in a t-shirt and shorts. Again, no bra because it was bedtime. I passed her and her group in the hallway, and she looked right at my chest, then at her friends, and they giggled. Not even subtle. It felt like being back in middle school when people whispered behind lockers. I ignored it, but it stuck with me. It wasn't about a bra anymore. It was about her trying to turn me into some weird villain in a story she invented. The next afternoon, we all got an email from our RA. It said someone had submitted anonymous complaints about people not dressing appropriately in the hallway and asked everyone to keep things covered. I felt my stomach drop because I instantly knew who did it. It was so petty I almost laughed. And then I remembered something I hadn't thought of since orientation week. Her boyfriend doesn't even go to our college. He goes to a school almost an hour away. And because of the pandemic rules, our dorm doesn't allow off-campus guests at all this year. Not even for a minute. You can't walk them in. You can't let them hang around in the hallway. Also, masks were technically required in common spaces, even though half the floor ignored that rule after the second week. So I opened the same anonymous complaint form she used. I wrote that people were bringing off-campus boyfriends into the dorm, and these guests weren't wearing masks in the hallways. I didn't name anyone. I didn't describe anyone. I just wrote it the exact same way she wrote hers, vague enough to be believable, specific enough to trigger a rule check. This morning, the RA sent another email. Effective immediately, the front desk would check student IDs for every person entering the building. Masks required in all hallways. No exceptions. No guests unless they were verified students. Period. A few hours later, I saw her pacing in the hallway on the phone, clearly upset. She kept saying stuff like, "I don't know, they're checking IDs now, and I didn't think they'd actually enforce it." She looked frustrated, stressed, annoyed, basically how she tried to make me feel over something that wasn't even a problem. I walked past her without saying a word. Her boyfriend hasn't been back since.